Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this reading found you today is because it was meant to find you. Your guides brought you here for a reason, and today we are answering the question about whether you should stay or whether you should go. It doesn't matter what subject, it could be friends, it could be family, it could be a relationship, it could be a job. Whatever the case may be for you, there is a message here within one of these piles to give you some kind of guidance in that direction. So you may have an energetic pull to one of these crystals up here, whether it be the moon, the butterfly, or this rose looking quartz crystal. You may have an energetic pull to maybe the location of the pile itself, maybe the number 1, 2, or 3. But take your time picking a pile, pause the video and meditate on it if you need to. There will be a timestamp for each section provided in the description, and when you are ready, head on over to your section and your reading will be waiting for you. So I'll see you guys there. Hey guys, looks like you made your way to pile number 1, so welcome. Maybe you were drawn to the location of the pile, maybe the number 1 itself, maybe the crystal, maybe the moon has some kind of symbolism to you. It does have beautiful shine in the middle. Hopefully that light can pick it up, but I don't know if it's going to do it justice. It is a beautiful crystal. But let's go ahead, see what your guys have to say. Again, we are answering the question of should you stay or should you go? And I am getting a sense right now with before I pull the cards, that there is some kind of sense of confusion, a back and forth. Well, I mean, and if anyone's asking this question, there's obviously confusion because you're coming here for guidance from your guides, but there is some heaviness around this reading. But let's go ahead, see the first card before I start talking too much. Let's see. So we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So, I mean, if we're looking at this first card alone, I'm not going to give you the answer till the very end, but this does seem like it's going into the direction of you should probably go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, again, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Retreat, big word here. I don't think that you have some sort of fulfillment within whatever situation this is to you. Again, this could be a relationship, could be family, friends, could be a location. Maybe you moved and it doesn't feel right. Maybe it's partnership. Maybe I don't know if I said that. I'm like repeating myself, but whatever the case may be, this is not fulfilling you anymore. This isn't serving you the way you thought it was. I feel like you gave it a shot, you gave it a chance, and now it's almost time to move on from that. It's just not what you were expecting. And you're also giving 100%. And if not more than that at this point, and you're not being like acknowledged or seen for that, I also feel like you are putting more effort than this other person has, especially quite recently. And so it feels more taxing now as time has gone on. And it's like, I don't know, like if you even care. I feel like they're very comfortable. And I think that's why they stopped giving back. And I say they, it could be like your job, it could be friends, family. So I think whatever it was in the beginning was giving you life, and now it just isn't. And there's a lot of question behind it, and I think it's a massive step. So before I get into it, because I'm getting so many messages flowing through, but my guides right now are telling me show this card for some reason. So it's upside down. The 4th house, so we have cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. This is what you want. That's why they want me to show you that. So this is what you want. They want you to feel like home. You want to feel like you are home. You want to feel like you have peace and comfort. And I feel like you did in the beginning. It did give you that. I think if you moved for a job, like you were like, this is it. This is what I wanted. But now it's not doing that for you anymore. Maybe it's a relationship. And it's just in the beginning, it was nice and great and comfy and cozy. But now it's just not. And there is a sense of you wanting this so bad that you're willing to make a change, but there's something holding you back. And I don't know what that something is. I think there might be, I put a lot of time, put a lot of effort. There's a sense of, well, at least I have something, a sense of stability within it, a sense of like, at least I don't have to do, I'm homeless, or at least I'm not, looking for a place, or at least I don't have a person, I'm not single. Like there's that thing of like, at least there's some stability. But again, you aren't getting like what you want to manifest. You don't have that full picture. You don't feel happy. It's like a false sense of security because you're just not alone, or you don't have a job, or you don't have a house. Like at least you have something and you just like be grateful for it. But like this is your storyline. You can create whatever narrative you want. Like you have the canvas, you could paint the picture, and this just isn't exactly the full picture that you want. So we have the gift. And the gift here represents, so if you can see her, this is Pandora, and you can see that there's smoke billowing around her. This is the gift that the universe kind of gave her. And there's like so much potential of what that could be, but there is an unknown to that gift, if that makes sense. But the warning with the gift is be careful of stepping into situations you might not be able to get out of. But the word again here, retreat from complicated situations. Again, this is second time. The first time it came up with the first card, retreat. So again, I'm getting the pull of this is not meant for you. Like if you should say, or if the question is if you should say or you should go, the answer is you should probably go. This situation, whatever you were in, I'm getting a sense of it was leading you to the next phase, but it was never supposed to be your forever. And you thought it was your forever. That's why this is hard to let go of. That's why it's hard to walk away from, because it's almost like you worked very hard to get here. Especially if it comes to a person or people, like you tried very, very hard and put in a lot of effort where you normally didn't. And now it's kind of like backfiring, but it's in your control, not theirs. But it's still hard. I mean, just walking away from that. There's some kind of, again, like I'm getting a sense of feeling like, well, I'm comfortable, but I'm not, because I'm not exactly where I want to be. You know, the comfort's there, but it's a fake comfort. Take that place that where that makes sense, because again, like it just feels like, yeah, I'm comfortable because I don't have to deal with change, but it's not perfect. It's not happy. It's not anything that I would want for a person who wants to manifest the best life possible, you know? So now we're going to go ahead and we have these cards here. So we have, I don't know which way I went, but we'll go this way. So we have the Emperor in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So this is, yeah. So this is pretty much loud and clear. Like moral of the story is your guides want to tell you that you should go. Staying is just not it. So the Emperor in reverse is showing me loss of control, rigidity, dominance, instability. Like whatever this current situation is making you feel, okay. So if this is a work situation or a person, it feels like it might be a person to a lot of people. I'm getting a sense of like really controlling, not healthy. And so you're doing everything for this person. It could be work. It does feel also like work or something like that. It just feels like you have to do all these things to make this person or situation happy, but they're not doing it back. So that's already a red flag for me. But also feels like, again, you're staying because of the security, because you think you're supposed to, not that it's actually serving your purpose, what you want in life, etc., etc. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which is the which shows me instability already, right? 10 of Pentacles, upright, beautiful card, love that for you, but it's in reverse. So this is already showing me instability. And we're having here in this card, right? We want family roots, home, peace, and comfort. This is showing me that it's in reverse. Again, I said you don't have this, you want this. This is showing me that there is no roots. You don't have a legacy that's kind of forming out of this, so that means no roots. There's tension, some kind of tension between you and the situation. Maybe there's not enough income coming in, whether it be work or, maybe there's tension within like the dynamic of creating a family with this partner, said partner. What, again, place it where it makes sense in your life. But again, you're holding on to something because of what it was supposed to be and not what it actually is. That's what I keep stressing about here, because I think you had an image in your mind. I think, like, with Pandora's box, the gift here, like, don't see you don't see what it is because right now it's not what it's supposed to be because it's not what you want, right? Like, you can create your own future, you can create your own reality. It's just this isn't it. Whatever this is not it. And then we have the Hermit here. So the Hermit upright is showing me inner wisdom, solitude, guidance. This is like your guys basically telling you to take a step back and listen. Like, you know what's happening on the inside, you know what you're feeling, and this is about kind of like, again, retreat. This is 2 times coming up here. This is telling me you need to retreat and be on your own and find some solitude, learn from these lessons, guide yourself into the next direction of life. If this is a relationship that's kind of coming through, this might be a time to definitely take some space and reflect. Again, that's what retreat is. Rest, take some time to reflect. Think about the things that you want and what you want to manifest, because once you take a step back, you'll kind of realize that this just isn't it. This isn't what you kind of signed up for. I think that's a beautiful message from your guides. I think there's a lot to take away from here in regards to the confusion that you might have right now. But the answer right now is very, very loud and clear. They really, really want you to go. And I think that's kind of what you want to do, but there is some fear around it. But if this message did resonate, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one of these. And thank you guys for coming back. Bye. Hey guys, looks like you made your way to pile number 2, so welcome. Maybe you were drawn to the location of the pile, maybe the number 2, or maybe the crystal here, which is in the shape of a butterfly, and there is some shine in the middle. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick that up with this lighting, but it is beautiful. Maybe the color, or maybe this sign of the butterfly is something that resonates with you, is important to you. I mean, that is my sign. I have butterflies literally everywhere, so I can relate to that. I'd probably pick this pile. But let's go ahead. Oh, I didn't realize there's 2 here. Well, everything happens for a reason, so we'll read both of those. But let's see what message your guys have to say. So again, we are doing a reading of whether you should stay or you should go, and there is a sense of some confusion around that, and that makes sense given this question, because I think if you knew the answer, you would not come here looking for guidance, right? So let's just jump in with the first card, or first 2 cards. So we have say yes, just say yes, play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Okay. So I'm just going to play devil's advocate again, because we still have a few more cards here, but I'm going to tell you the energy that I'm feeling around this. So this, for me, like, immediately when you see this, it's like, should you stay or should you go? And it's like, yeah, stay, right? But this is a mixed message for me, because I think your situation is very complex. I feel like you guys have some kind of history and background, maybe even trauma related. And again, this could be any subject, right? Could be a relationship, could be friendship, family, could be work. Maybe you moved and now you don't know if you moved to the right place. There is a sense of overthinking. I'm getting a sense of like, you don't need to make a decision right now. It feels very like you are forcing something to make sense for you. There's an energy of, there's so much stuff that's coming into my head right now, and I'm trying to make sense of it. So I feel like you're in a situation and you have a tendency to move away from things pretty quickly. You hop around a lot, but you just overthink everything, and it almost pushes away the things that you need, but it also welcomes things that you need. So it's like a 50-50 mix of you doing the right thing and not doing the right thing. And so your guides are right now saying, like, just say yes. Like, you're in it right now. Just keep moving forward and let it figure out on its own. Because I think the answer isn't coming with you consistently asking the questions. The answer will come to you. So if the situation is right, you will see that it's right. If the situation is wrong, you will see that it's wrong. And your guides are saying, have fun. Don't be so serious. Celebrate. Just be in the moment. I think you're not being present because you keep asking these questions. So if this resonates, if in some way, leave a comment. Maybe some people need to understand like how they can relate to that. If you kind of like, for example, like, I don't know, like, people might have a tendency to be in a relationship, but they have so much trauma that they keep asking questions like, oh, is this the right person? Oh, this is the right person. I don't know. This might be a red flag. Is this a red flag? And then they just like, you know what? I can't do it anymore because they overthink it. And then this person was perfectly fine. Or maybe, you know what? Stick to your gut, right? The energy's there. But the questioning and not being in the moment and you're just not being present and letting the person or situation kind of show their true colors because you question it too much. Let's go ahead and see the next card here. So we have Mars here, move forward and defend self. Yeah, so again, this is the same kind of vibe that I'm getting with the other card. Is just to keep moving forward. You're already in the situation. Just be present and let the situation come forward the way it needs to. Let whoever, whatever, show you their true colors instead of you trying to figure it out. And defend yourself. Like, I don't say like completely put a wall up and not let people in, but just know what your true self is. This means like know who you are, know your true self, know what it is you want. Don't accept less than that, but also give yourself grace and give the other person or situation grace too, because there's so many nuances. Like we are our own person, and so are other people that we interact with and the situations we interact with. It's almost like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Empathy. And being empathetic doesn't mean that you have to accept things, but you can understand them. And then you can decipher whether or not it works for you. But you have to allow that information to come through instead of you trying to figure that out, ask the questions, be detective, and kind of ruin the moment. I think that's what this pull is really showing. So let's go ahead and see this card here. So we have the Sun Bear. So the sun bear's meaning is summon the strength to help steady your spirit, listen to your intuition, and let it guide you. So this whole reading here, there is no actual answer. Besides the fact that I think you should stay. I don't think it's like a necessary, it's like a 50-50. Like, I mean, it's really realistically up to you because there's no good or bad, but your guys are really kind of going in the direction of you should probably stay and like kind of clear your mind and don't put so much pressure on the situation. Don't put so much pressure. Just have fun. Just let it be. Whatever it is, just let it be. I think that's what your guys are really kind of steering you towards at the moment. So the bear is actually a spiritual image of power and strength. Their intuition and self reflection help one to heal through harmony and balance. And I think this is kind of an important thing. Many cultures refer to the bear spirit as a great healer. I think a lot of like what is happening right now with this questioning of what you shouldn't do is part of your trauma, part of what you experience. Like you're very, very protective of yourself, which is fair, but you're also not letting things in because of it. And again, like I do get a sense that like there's like a 50-50 mix of once you let something go, another thing comes in, but and, like, it's both good or bad, but right now within this situation, your guides are almost like, "Just let it be." It doesn't mean it's gonna last forever, but I think it might actually help you kinda loosen that, like, fight or flight mode response, and then just give you an experience of just being able to stick through with something and just allowing you to decipher what's good or bad based on people's actions and not what you discover, because like there's stories behind the things that you discover as well. Like you don't know the full story because there's always like this person's response, that person's response within this situation. There's always two sides to a story, right? So let's go ahead and see what these cards have in store for us. So we have the Chariot in reverse. We have the King in no, the King of Wands, sorry, in reverse, and then the Four of Pentacles upright. So when we have the Chariot in reverse, we have lack of direction, feeling stuck, and kind of losing control, which kind of makes sense because again, like there's a lot of questioning, there's a lot of what ifs and all this stuff. Like I think this situation is kind of new to you, which is why you're kind of asking questions because you're just not sure, you're unsure. And there's a lot of confusion when we came into this, right? So then we also have the King of Wands reverse. There's ego, immaturity, false confidence. I think that's again like our ego is getting in the way of making a decision. I am getting strongly again with we are in our own way. We are in our own way and we're twisting an image of the situation into what it really isn't. Because that's also in reverse to like manipulation, kind of manipulating ourselves into like thinking that it's bad. I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it does. Like within the situation, it's kind of us doing this to ourselves. False confidence or false, like it just, there's like some kind of control that is also happening here in the sense of like you are able to control your own outcome and so you try to make it make sense for you so that you don't get hurt. There is a lot of trauma behind what happened, and again that makes sense with the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on out of fear or holding on to a situation because of fear. um Sorry, you're holding on to tendencies on a situation, tendencies because of fear. Like there's something that you have gone through in the past that you're still holding on to, you're not letting go of because of whatever happened in the past. And I think like there is a strong message here from your guides that I hope that resonates and you can take away from, because there's almost a part of me that feels like the person or situation that you're in isn't actually bad. And at least it's like a lesson that you can learn from it. But your guides are really clear right now. At the end of this, should you stay or should you go? They want you to stay. They want you to stay and feel it out. Feel it out without jumping the gun, without questioning too many things, because there's something in the past. Again, like maybe there's something that you need to decipher for yourself and kind of look within, because whatever has hurt you in the past, you haven't healed from. That's one. And you haven't processed it in a way that is healthy for you to be able to continue the next chapter that is consistently coming in. I feel like you have this ability to manifest something new all the time. I think you guys are very positive, but it's because you've gone through it all, you've worked your butt off to get to where you are, and you don't want to lose that. And that is totally fair, totally, totally fair, but you haven't healed something. And maybe if you do need to walk away from this situation to heal from that, that would make sense. But your guides really think that that's not necessary. They want you to keep staying forward. They want you to say yes. They want you to just not take it seriously and have fun with this. This is supposed to be fun. Don't take it too seriously. And then maybe one day something serious will come out of it. But right now, this is about just focusing and being on the moment and focusing on being happy. And everything else, if the situation is eventually not making you happy, then yes, walk away. But you haven't had right now any signs that you actually have to. I think there are signs that you make up, or I mean, they're valid. Not saying like not they're not made up, but they're valid. But it's not what you think it is what I'm trying to say. So definitely take a minute to kind of take that in, right? And if this message did resonate, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss another one of these. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hey guys, looks like you made your way to pile number 3. Welcome. Maybe you're drawn to the location of the pile. Maybe the number 3 resonated, or maybe this crystal, the desert rose. I believe it's the desert rose. I keep saying rose quartz. I don't know. Maybe that's. I'd have to look it up. My brain doesn't work with crystals that well. But let's go ahead and see what your guys have to say. Obviously, you were drawn to this pile for a reason, and I do get a sense energetically that there's confusion, especially around this kind of question. Because again, if you had the answer, you wouldn't be coming here for some guidance. I think there's like you know the answer, but like this pile specifically, I feel like you guys know the answer, but are like afraid to admit it. That kind of energy, which is interesting. So again, this could be any topic. It could be work, it could be friendship, it could be partner relationship, it could be family, it could be like you moving and like this area doesn't work for you, I guess, or maybe it does and you're just not sure. You're just unsure. You're unsure about that. So let's go ahead with the first card here. So we have trust the niggle. What is the niggle feeling trying to tell you? So this card kind of gives me the validation of what I just said. I feel like you guys have known. It's almost like this gut feeling. That's what like they're holding their gut. It's like this gut feeling, something that's been kind of in your face, like you know the answer. Um you're trying to listen to, like, what you're feeling specifically, like, there's almost a sense of anxiety. It's something not fulfilling within this situation that you're in. Again, place it where in a way that it makes the most sense of whatever subject it is. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's family. And it's that feeling that keeps, like, kinda pushing you into a certain direction, but for whatever reason, you are kind of avoiding it. Yeah, the niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shit that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. It's almost like a body thing, like, it's coming out in your body. Like, I feel like maybe some of you guys might be getting sick, headaches, nausea all the time. Your body is kinda showing you whatever the answer is, and it's almost like your body is shutting down because of, like, maybe you lost a lot of weight, maybe there's a lot of weight gain. Something is off that you normally aren't like that. And especially, like, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, videos of, like, girls during a horrible relationship and then after or before the horrible relationship, like, you change so much because it's just not this isn't correct for you, it's not right for you. So now the card actually is saying here you are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. So yeah, it's another thing about this is like I feel like the you do get signs outside of your body. You also get like signs of like your world kind of like exploding, like everything is going wrong. The more you ignore choosing the right path for yourself, the more that the universe is going to throw at you, that will be harder and harder. And it's just the universe kind of showing you this wasn't meant for you. And I feel like you probably already have those signs. So again, like if you're asking the question right now before, and I'll answer it again at the end, but in the beginning with that card, if you're trying to figure out should you stay or should you go, the answer is leaning towards you should go. But let's keep going. So we have the square, a challenging situation, mountain to climb. So I just feel like this has just been one, um, I don't even know how, like one mound after another that you have to keep crossing, mountain to climb. Like I feel like it's been one thing after another. I feel like things have been harder and harder. Like something that should be simple isn't. And then you keep thinking like, yeah, like relationships aren't easy. Yeah, work isn't easy. But I just feel like you have, like, if you take a step back, like no one else is having so much hardships, especially in the same situation than you, like you. I think you're the only one. I feel like you see everyone else around you like coasting and like, yeah, they're having a hard time, but it's nothing compared to you. And you're just like, how am I? It's just, how am I having this hard time? But the answer is because it's not meant for you and there's something else better, you know? And your guides are showing you this is a challenging situation. And again, this isn't meant for you. Like it's supposed to challenge you and help you grow to your next thing. This was never meant to be your forever. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have Death Mother. So the death mother means you are feeling tied down to something that no longer serves you. Free yourself. Like this is a chain that she's holding on to of like past and current situation that she already knows intuitively, right here with the moon. Intuitively, she already knows this is not meant for her. And I mean, this is kind of like your situation. Like, you already know this isn't meant for you. You want to do something different. Is it going to be easy to walk away from? No, it's definitely going to be hard. Again, this is a challenge situation to walk away from. So it's going to take some strength to kind of pull yourself away. So just realize that, like, you walking away is going to take a lot, but it's going to be worth it. And this is like almost like the death card here. Like there needs to be a rebirth because your guides are trying to make space for the next best thing and a next situation that's supposed to be what you want to manifest. So I think this is a stepping stone that you just don't see as a stepping stone. So this is helping you grow, and like maybe that's a takeaway that you can like, thank you for showing me this lesson. Now I can grow into the person I want to be so that I can step into the next thing. Let's go ahead and see these cards. So we have, I don't know how I picked it up. Let's just do it this way. This feels right. So we have the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Wands and in reverse, and then the 9 of Wands in reverse. So 5 of Cups is the card of grief. disappointment, loss. So I think like you already are kind of grieving this situation because you already know it's not going to work out. You're just still stuck in it for whatever reason. And I think a part of it is like the reason why you're still stuck in it is because you're grieving. And then like you're grieving, how do I say this? You're still in it because in this situation because you thought this was what you wanted, but you're grieving a reality that never existed. It was just something that you painted in your head. So you're still staying there thinking like, yeah, but like, gosh, I don't even know how to word myself. I have to like use an example. Okay, let's just say this is a person or relationship, right? Because I've come across this like in my own life, in my friends, now that I have a perspective, taking a step back and seeing someone else in the same situation, because everyone kind of goes through the same things. Like, let's just say this is a person, right? And you start dating them, and then you make it more official, and now you're in a long term relationship. And then you start realizing that you're stressed all the time. This is bad. This is toxic, but you're still in it because you love the person. But do you love them or do you love what you created in your head? Because I feel like this person never changed. It just became so much more apparent because nothing ever aligned with you. You just like fell in love with an idea of a person. They showed you one thing and then their true colors came out, but you still stuck with like what they showed you in the beginning. And like people, I think you have to give it like 3 months to really see how a person really is. But 3 months is enough to make an attachment. So it's one of those things that you're grieving a reality that never existed. And so you're stuck in it because you don't want to walk away because you still think that reality you created is there. It's just they need to work on it. But that's not who they are. And it's just such a hard thing to accept, you know? And the Nine of Wands in reverse is burnout, giving up, feeling defeated because that's where you are. You are burnt out. You are feeling defeated. You're almost at your wits' end. If it means that you're sacrificing your energy and peace, it might not even be the right fight anymore, you know? I just think that that's something, again, to think about, to process. And it's hard. Again, it's hard. And then the Ten of Wands in reverse is releasing burdens, finally letting go. And I think that's what your guides really need you to do. So again, if the answer is should you stay or should you go, the answer is you should go. Going might feel sad at first, but it would be a massive relief in this situation. I mean, again, it's hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard, but this is just not it. Ten of Wands is saying it's time to put it all down. Like, again, you're carrying the... Oh, I flipped these. Why did I flip these? That's what I meant. Was I pointing in the wrong card at the whole time? I think I was. Ten of Wands. It's carrying the burden, and you need to put it down. Like, this shouldn't be on your back anymore. Like, look at the upright version of this. And 10 is like nearing completion. So 10 is, you know, like in the aspect of it being reversed, it's not there for you. You're not completing this. It's just in reversal. It's time to let go. I think your guides are being very, very clear on what you should do. And I'm getting like a big letters of G and O, just go. And I think you know that. I think you are fully aware of that calling. You've had it, you see it break down, and the fear is there. So at the end, if you were looking for this, if you had this question and were looking for an answer, your guides are very strong within this reading. So if this message did resonate, definitely like subscribe so you don't miss another one of these. And thank you guys for coming back. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.